What's going up, guys? Chris, what's going up, guys? The voices are talking to me, Dick. What's going on, guys? Chris here. Welcome back to a brand new video. And today we're back inside my original Lego city in Fortnite world to do something that I haven't really done well, which is a full-on tour of the world that started my whole journey inside of Lego Fortnite. I actually did a tour in this world a few years ago. However, because most of you guys are probably new to this channel, or you guys may not have seen the original tour video, I thought I'd make an updated one of the cool PS5 graphics, as the original was recorded on my PS4. And I thought the best place to start off this video would actually be where I started the series in general, here inside of this little park section with this giant little castle here and the whole park things. It's kind of funny seeing my scuffed trees from Lego Fortnite's launch. Honestly, if you compare it to the trees that are in my agency build, oh my god, the difference is crazy. I can say the same for a lot of what you see here, because this is a little pleasant park area, right? And you can just see my building skills, how they improved as time goes on, of the freaking scuffed building in the back. We do not acknowledge that, okay? I'm going this way, though. We have this cool little area with a beach on the side over here, which is pretty cool. This is a whole lore. This is I think, if I remember correctly, look at the scuffed terraforming. Oh my god. The Fox Clan is just the people in charge of this place. Pretty cool. And overall, there's a lot of lore to say, Ice King being the one that originally created the city, and then people just took over. And then we go over here to, I believe, was part 3 of the series, if I'm correct. This was the temple where the Fox Clan resides, a little in Jago City, which is pretty cool. This was a lot of fun to put together. And actually, a fun fact about this whole build is originally I was planning on making a sequel to it when the TMT update released. With Shredder and stuff, and I was planning on making a whole Shredder section of the city, because I thought that'd be cool. And there's a lot of cool stuff to see here. I think if I came back to this and made an updated version of this, the Ninjago pieces, it would look, oh my god, we do not talk about this. I can tell you why it's probably like this, right? No. They definitely increased the build limit, because I believe that was an issue with this build. I might be mistaken, because that is really interesting. That does bug me, though. That does really bug me. But going this way, we're actually going to go over to the part 5 area, which if you watched the channel recently or watched the grand video of me breaking the build inside Lego Fortnite, you actually may remember this, because we have the Simpsons house here, which was not in the video. I cut that. You got Toad, which is still in his weird glitch form. You got the Daily Bugle, you got Dr. Doom's Doom Castle Doom, you got all this stuff. Look at all, you got my little cool Poke Center down here, you got Toad facing on the ground, you got Gonk. Seriously, I love this, and this is new mascot city from part 5 of Legacy in Fortnite. And I just want to say it's really cool, because I'm currently working on the new format for the Legacy revamp series. And the new city is called New Mascot City, and it's heavily inspired from this area here. It's more so inspired by Gotham, but also has some little trinkets in this Founders Island area that's basically based on this. And especially because that's my Wayne Tower, and you look at the new Wayne Tower that I'm currently working on, that I made recently for the big video that I'm working on. You can definitely see how much my building skills have improved in Lego Fortnite, especially as the more pieces we get with the Lego kits and everything. It's really, really awesome, and I just think it's really cool to look back on. I heavily recommend checking out the past videos if you're interested in watching any of my older videos to see how far I've come. I'm sorry, this whole thing of the builds glitching out is never not gonna be funny to me. But this is basically this whole first part of the area that we're gonna be showcasing here. I know, we're kind of going a bit quick over everything, but there's a lot to see and a lot to do. So if that being said, let's jump over to one of the more relevant things, which may or may not be connected to what I'm currently doing for my next video. Polar Peak. Oh, Bobber, look where we are. We're in Polar Peak. I feel like this is pretty fitting to check out since the new season and everything. Welcome to my Polar Peak recreation. This is actually the second version of it, as the original one I was not really too proud of, and then when the Star Wars update released in Lego Fortnite, I decided to come back to it and make it Imperial-fied. And of course, you got some cool things going on here with Polar Peak, the entrance, and this is technically Wayne Manor in our storyline. the original Wayne Manor. There might be a new one with the lore, as the lore of my Lego Fortnite series is very interesting. I'm probably going to redo a lot of it so it doesn't confuse a lot of the newer viewers to the channel, because I haven't really focused as much as I'm starting to going forward. But it definitely involves the Ice King and the Imperial Empire taking over, and then Doctor Doom wanting power, and he comes here and gets one of the Ice King's relics, which reshapes reality, which brings us to the new. It makes sense when you look at it. But I'm a huge geek of Polar Peak, and that's why I've been geeking out ever since Ice King's return. You gotta love it. Polar Peak here, I absolutely adore this build. Seriously, I love how this looks, and this is actually one of the few times I'm actually going to go inside of a build. Seriously, take it and just take all this in, because I just love it so much. I'm a huge fan of Polar Peak. I already said this before, but oh my god, I love it. What? I'm not gonna question that. What am I jokes saying? We have a glitch in every single video. You think I'm lying? But yeah, Polar Peak was one of my favorite builds that I made inside Lego Fortnite, and oh my god, I remember. It was in the original building that was here. I remember doing this a long time ago, where I was talking about my most wanted DC collabs, and I was like, man, I want the Question, I want Red Hood, and my dream collab with Batman Beyond. I believe I mentioned Batman Beyond, and I always thought Batman Beyond be the most unlikely thing ever. And you know how hard I was geeking out during December when they had Snow Miku and SpongeBob and Batman Beyond? I swear to God, dude, it's so cool. But yeah, Polar Peak is amazing, and there's even a cool reference over here to Donald Mustard. Oh no, it's not even. No, they killed my bro. They killed Mustard the chicken. No! But yeah, overall, seriously, I love Polar Peak, and I keep on saying this over and over again, but it was such a blast playing this ever. And I mentioned this in my original, tour video, but there's also an area over here, which is from a scrapped Lego City video, which I'm not going to show too much of, because for time, obviously, but there was a whole Camp Friday the 13th thing that I was going to do, a long time ago. And I guess we're going to sit by the gang here, and then sing a campfire song. Let's sit around the campfire and sing a campfire song. I see. Next up on our list, everyone, is Motel Flipping Row, aka the home to a lot of my more popular Lego City videos before my channel started kicking off fully with the series, which, as you can see over here, Retail Row obviously is one of my favorite areas. Got the original Daily Bugle before they released the Daily Bugle Lego kit, and then they got the new Daily Bugle if I go all the way over this way with its more updated design and everything. If the game decides to load, yeah, look at this beauty, look at this beauty, look at it. I absolutely adore this build. Seriously, I think it's literally cool, and you definitely see the comparison. It's really funny. Over here though, you also have recreations of a time where I had these tiny little stories. My original Lego City videos that I did a long time ago when I first got into Lego content on YouTube. That's a little fun recent reference there, and there's another reference to this in my current project, which I will not be spoiling quite yet. Going over here, we have a gas station, which was also featured with a more modern take in my Fantastic Metropolis video. You got police station, and of course, you got the iconic horror of Freddy Fazbear's, and the road is now was there ever a road here? I don't actually know. I don't think there was. I keep on thinking there was, but now that I think about it, I don't think so, actually. I think I was thinking about making a road. I don't think I ever got to it. But you got Freddy's here, one of the more popular videos on the channel, which is, I keep on saying this, but all the support you guys give to the videos means so much. Oh my god, the Aurora Borealis, look at it's perfect. I seriously mean this when I say it. The support you guys give to the channel means the world to me, and I seriously want to take the time real quick to say a special thank you to all of you who like the videos, who support the channel in any way. Seriously, it means the world to me, and I want to say a special thank you to all of you, because you guys are just straight up awesome. But going over to the actual retail row section, there's a lot to be seen here. This was actually, I believe, part 6 or part 5. It was one of those. It was because part 4 was Ice King, right? Part 5, I believe, was retail row, because this was around time. No, part 5 was no, this is part 6. Yeah, part 6, because part 5 was Mascot City. Over here you got the big store, you got the little bookstore over here, and of course you got the beginning of one of my favorite little Easter egg gags of my Lego City series, which is the crazed green chairs, which plagues my land, and they're everywhere, literally everywhere. This really gives you a view of like how Lego Fortnite was when it first launched, because like there's a lot of cool stuff here, like a green chair and oh my god. Oh no. Dude, okay, I'm gonna stop real quick. I'm just gonna stop and be brutally honest. Dude. We have live footage of why I don't really like the brand new variants of mobs inside of Lego Fortnite. I can make a joke about this, but seriously, like, look at this thing. The textures are so messed up. Normally, I love glitches, right? But this really, like, it's hard for me to say. Like, I kind of like it. Like, a part of me likes it, but another part of me is like, oh my god. Like, I think the variants are cool. I just wish, like, before they sent this stuff, like, Epic would actually, like, test it, make sure it doesn't break anything. If you get what I'm saying, because this happened supposedly with both the sheep and the chickens, and now with the cow. Please, Epic, play test these things. Going over here, we're going back to what I was going to be talking about before I was so interrupted, which is, the cult of green chairs taking over that house. We're not going to talk too much about it. And you got a bunch of more houses here, which becomes another constant gag that's a part of many of my Legacy Fortnite videos, which is these sunglasses. These sunglasses appeared in one episode, and someone kind of requested for me to put sunglasses in one of these houses. And ever since, this became a reoccurring just Easter egg gag that's just thrown in every single Lego City video as a funny little reoccurrence. But overall, like, Lego Laura was a really cool area, in my opinion. It's one of my favorite areas, especially in this world, as you have just so many iconic little builds, especially as my channel first started kicking off. And with that being said, let's just jump over to the grandest thing you've probably seen with Part X. Welcome, everyone, to Part X, aka X Mansion, which, funnily, was actually made around the time I was going around my high school graduation. It was actually at least a few weeks after that. But overall, a really cool build. And also very Scotfield. It's like in those builds I'm actually planning on revisiting one day and make it a bit shorter, a bit smaller in scale, or just like make it a bit more nice, my current like building skills. But overall, I'm still really impressed with what I got done here. Of course, the entrance here is based on like World Superheroes. I'm not gonna go too in depth of everything. Of course, you got this whole Cerebro wrap going on over here. Over here with the Cerebro, yes, how excellent. And of course, you got this Easter egg over here representing. No, it was not here. It was on the other side of the build, representing good old looking Wade Wilson, him having his little room in the mansion for some odd reason. And of course, you got Magneto's cell, and then you got some other cool stuff going on here. Once again, I'm not gonna go too in depth of everything, but overall, I'm a huge like comic geek, so this was a lot of fun to just like put together and just have come to life. And seriously, like, just look at this. Like, I'm a huge geek. There's just so much going on here. It's really cool. You got students of the school just roaming around, chickens pooping on the floor. We do not question on that one. Overall, like, seriously, this build was a lot of fun to put together, especially during the time X-Men 96 was going on. Of course, you got this little, like, slight little, like, basketball field going on over here before they added the basketball hoops with the Supernova Academy set. But overall, it was a lot of fun putting this build together, and it's one of my favorites, honestly, and it's pretty cool. There's not really much to say about it besides X-Men, and X-Men's cool. I love that's how I transition. It's like, guys, X-Men is really cool. Moving off to the desert here, we actually have one of my favorite lore builds a part of this world, which is the Rebellion base, or the Wastelander base, which you can see over here. This is the home of the quote-unquote Rebellion, who's fighting against the Empire. And it's like kind of like based on like Fallout. You got some cool stuff going on here, like stuff being put together to just like fit inside this world, which I think looks really, really awesome. All this cool stuff going on here. Like, I seriously love how, like, especially the builds are just part of the mountains. Like, seriously, like I love this area so freaking much, especially over here, because it's like the original village technically underneath. Then they just like decided to build up, which a final Easter egg is this little thing over here, which is like my base that I would make inside of Playground mode inside of Chapter 1 of Fortnite, recreated inside of Lego Fortnite to kind of fit the Rebellion vibe, which I had a lot of fun putting that together. It's kind of my actual base inside this world where I just like have fun and just like chilling. Seriously, and you also got the main headquarters as well, where if you go inside, they have a replica of, I believe, a Star Destroyer, because they're trying to track down where the Empire is. Like, seriously, I love this build so freaking much. and it's actually not the only Wastelander type build inside this world. And you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So if we go over here, we have a build that was actually the first build I made when I got back from my first break after my graduation, which was this whole little like wasteland village, more so based on Fallout than the other area was. And the whole gimmick of this build for me was trying to kind of demonstrate that you don't have to be a pro builder to create some amazing stuff inside of Lego Fortnite. You can just take prefabs and just make, like, shake them up a bit, add extra detail, and just spice them up and make them really, really cool. And I think I did a good job, like, especially Chaos Origins' little, like, lair over here. Like, I love this so freaking much, because Chaos Origins is a character I definitely want to expand more on with the lore, because he just has trophies of like this, like the different episodes before this. Like, dude's a mastermind. And of course, you got the cantina back here. You got like these little fences. And I'm just gonna actually walk around like right here. They kind of give you more of a vibe of how like this whole area is kind of set up, feeling like, and a fun little Easter egg for you guys. If you go up here, this is where I tried to lock up a bear. Did not go well, Dank. As we go over here, we have Dr. Doom's unfinished Castle of Doom of Latveria. This project was actually a very ambitious project that I was working on. It was going to be based a bit on comics and Lego Marvel Superheroes 2. I mean, Lego Marvel Superheroes. I love Lego Marvel Superheroes. I love TT Games, like, whole projects they do. I'm very excited for Lego Batman Legacy of Dark Knights. Definitely expect a playthrough on that on the channel when it releases. But I have a full-on like concept art of this. I'll try to find it if it's still on my laptop. I do not know if it transferred over to like the new one. But like seriously, this whole build was so fun to put together. You got stuff like window here, like just video game effects where you have like windows and details going on inside. Even if you can't go in, of course you got stuff going on over here, because I just love, like, I'm very much like a detail-oriented person. Especially when you look at my thumbnails, I try to like add as much detail as I can, especially if it just like fits with the whole vibe of the episode. And you can start seeing as we get over here the major problem of this area, which is yeah, it sucks. And like I said, I think especially with the whole concept art, there's so much I had planned for this episode, and it kind of sucks that like my vision wasn't really fully realized. And finally, I actually gives me perfect time to mention this. I make a lot of concept art for these videos. I feel like most times I have like a slight idea for how I want to go things, and sometimes I just wing it. But a lot of times, I mentioned this in my building tips and tricks videos. Concept art and like just creating like a rough design of like outlines and stuff is very helpful for your build, especially creating like large structures like this. Because, like, look at this, man. Look at this. Look at Dr. Doom's Doom Castle of Doom. Which I must say, Dr. Doom's Doom Castle of Doom was definitely a sacrifice for Dr. Doom's Grand Castle of Doom, which is in my new Lego City revamped world, which I recommend checking that video out, because, God, I keep on saying it, so I love that build. Like, the detail in it, like, the interior design of it is remarkable, and, of course, going in here, for some reason, Silver Surfer's board is just gone. Like, it was weird. I don't know why. You got to start Dr. Doom's throne. I love Dr. Doom. He's like, I'm really excited for Doomsday when that releases. And, like, dude, this build would have been so freaking cool if I was able to make it the way I wanted to. Like, of course, you got the Sketch Fantastic Four logo. Like, this paved the way for so many. It's so weird, like, looking back on, like, where this channel, like, kind of started off, right? And then seeing where I am now, how I make my builds, because, like, I add so much detail to everything I do. Like, we made the Baxter building, we made, like, Dr. Doom's Doom Castle Doom. I'm currently making on a big, like, giant, like, city island project that I'm currently doing for my next big video. And, like, seriously, it's like, it's so cool just looking back on all this. Once again, I want to say, like, if you want to check out my previous videos, they're, like, the audio is going to be a bit weird. Quality-wise, it's recorded on PlayStation 4 instead of PS5, so it's going to be a bit different from what you're seeing right now. But if you want to see where, like, my Lego Fortnite journey first started at launch and how it just progressed over time, then I definitely recommend checking it out if you're interested in any of that. So yeah, that being said, we're going to be ending the video here, and I already said this before, but it was really cool looking back on all these builds, especially when it comes to, like, the editing standpoint for me, as I've seen a lot of progression for myself as I get more comfortable doing, like, editing and just commentary in general. I've gone a lot better at commentary in my opinion, and it's really cool watching, like, looking back and seeing the progression of everything. I just find it really fascinating. But yeah, I want to say once again a massive thank you to all of you guys, and I really hope you guys did enjoy this short little tour. I was hoping this video would probably be under 20 minutes, but realistically, that's probably not happening. We'll see what editing Chris does. I just wanted to make a cool little short video for you guys showcasing how the channel started. And yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this one. If you did, definitely consider leaving a like, as it does help the channel a lot. And if you did make it this far, definitely consider leaving a comment that's Looney Tunes related, whether it's Wabbit, Duck Season, Despicable, or just something else entirely. You can reference like the Looney Tunes show if you want to. I would actually appreciate that one. But it's up to you guys what you want to do. But yeah, that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy this one. And if you actually are new here as well, definitely consider subscribing so you don't miss out on more Lego Fortnite content just like this. As I mentioned, I'm currently working on a big, massive project, which is really exciting. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you all have a spectacular day, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, everyone. Woo!